Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos. You know how in Port Charles, secrets always have a way of breathing down your neck? In this episode, Willow's turmoil takes center stage, and Josslyn may be thrust deeper into her WSB life. The emotional tension and spy intrigue collide, forcing decisions that could change everything. Sit tight, you're about to watch the dominoes fall. Willow sits in Drew's hospital room, visibly shaken. She's carrying weight, guilt, fear, uncertainty. Viewers get the sense she's holding back, that she's hiding something vital. What confession is she preparing to deliver? Is she ready to risk everything to unburden herself? The tension builds as she struggles to look him in the eye, to find words that could alter their lives. It's not just Drew she has to reckon with, but the walls closing in, from family, from law enforcement, from her own conscience. The past is clawing forward, threatening to expose more than she ever intended. The question hangs, will she finally own what she's done, or will she bury it further? Meanwhile across town, Jack Brennan leans in close to Josslyn. There's a new WSB assignment coming. It's not just any task. It's one that may demand deception, moral sacrifice, and possibly betrayal. She listens carefully as Brennan outlines the mission. His eyes are serious, voice firm. She knows better than to treat this lightly. The stakes are high. He warns her, what you do next may reopen old wounds, may endanger people you care about, may put your loyalty to the test. Josslyn's reaction is conflicted. She's always wanted to make a difference, always wanted to prove herself in this dangerous world. But the price often becomes unbearable. She wonders, will this assignment force her to lie to her mother again? Will it cost her friendships? Will it push her over the line she's skated before? She senses the trap but also knows she can't refuse Brennan outright. That's the nature of this covert life. While Willow wrestles with her demons and Josslyn faces a mission that may claim her soul, Anna Devane sharpens her suspicions. She senses something is off. She's connecting dots others aren't seeing. She questions her allies, probes leads, picks up on anomalies. She doesn't know exactly what secret is buried, but she suspects it may lead to Josslyn, to WSB, to a major fracture in alliances. Anna edges closer to truth, inch by inch. Carly is unsettled too. She senses motives and alignments shifting around her. She visits Elizabeth, trying to gauge what the investigators know, what's being suppressed. She fears someone may turn the leverage she's used against her. She's juggling her own survival as the game becomes unpredictable. She senses the noose tightening. But the real spotlight remains on Willow. Her confession could be the fulcrum. Does she tell Drew she shot him? Does she admit her role in ongoing chaos? Will she shift the blame or take responsibility? The emotional burden is crushing. Her voice cracks. She fights tears. She watches Drew, sees him struggle physically, vulnerably. The sight amplifies her guilt. If she confesses, she knows consequences await. Legal, emotional, relational. She thinks of Scout, of family, of her future. She laments how every move seems wrong, and how silence may leave destruction behind. Yet speaking feels like suicide, too much to lose. She weighs confession versus secrecy, redemption versus ruin. Josslyn's assignment may force direct conflict with Willow's world. Brennan's orders could require Joss to infiltrate, to spy, to sabotage. It might put her in opposition to Willow's needs or betray her trust. The tension ratchets. Can she protect Willow while obeying orders? Can she avoid being the villain in Willow's story? She's pulled in two directions. When Josslyn leaves Brennan's presence, she's haunted, anxious, replaying every word. She runs through black and white logic, only to realize there's nothing simple about espionage in Port Charles. She wonders, who else is listening? Who's already moved the pieces? She knows the WSB world plays in shadows and whispers. Every lie has a cost. Back to Willow. She begins to open up. The first words tumble out, haltingly. She blames panic, confusion, desperation. She recalls how everything spiraled. She admits seeing red. She confesses that in her mind, in that fraught moment, she believed there was no other way. The air in the room feels heavy, electric, fragile. Drew stiffens. He senses half the truth but not yet the whole. His voice is tight. Tell me everything. She closes her eyes, exhales. She reveals the parts she can bear. The moment rips at both, the patient and the confessor. She watches his expression flicker with pain, anger, shock, heartbreak. The silence after her words stretches too long. He asks, "Why didn't you tell me earlier? Why did you keep me in darkness?" She stumbles, searching for an answer that won't completely betray herself. She says she was protecting herself, him, their connection. But she knows it sounds hollow. The bridge between them is cracking. Meanwhile, Anna finds a lead pointing toward evidence that implicates the WSB cover-up. She speaks with a source, presses for documentation, quietly threatens to bring chaos to the spy agency's door. She senses that someone manipulated data, hid files, shifted blame. The name Josslyn appears in a hidden ledger. She doesn't fully understand yet, but the image is clear, a wedge between WSB and Port Charles' integrity. Anna's pulse quickens. Carly tries to maneuver. She walks corridors, makes soft inquiries, reaches for favors. She hints at information she might share in return for protection. But in doing so, she risks tipping someone off. She pries open doors behind which dangerous eyes lurk. She's become both pawn and player. In a private moment, Josslyn retreats to an empty room. She sits on the floor, head in hands. She feels the weight of betrayal, the ache of conflicting loyalties, the fear that she's lost control. She murmurs into nothingness. How many lies can one person hold? Will I crumble, or will I survive? Flash to Willow, alone in darkness, staring at vigil lights in the hospital corridor. She feels hollow, guilty, irreplaceable, and insignificant at once. She paces, fights tears. She imagines consequences, lawsuits, arrests, broken relationships, catastrophic betrayals. She thinks of Scout, of family, of what she may never get back. Then in a twist, Josslyn appears at Willow's door. She knocks gently, enters uncertainly. Willow's guard is up. Josslyn says she's worried, that she came to see how she's holding up. Their eyes meet. A charged silence. Willow's pain meets Josslyn's dilemma. You never told me. Josslyn hesitates, stumbles. She wants to confess, to explain, but knows she can't yet. She says something vague, that she's trying to protect, trying to balance everything. She reaches for Willow's hand. Willow pulls back. She whispers that trust is fragile, that lies cost more than love. They stand, bound by blood and broken promises. Behind the scenes, Anna closes in. She confronts an insider at WSB headquarters, demanding files, access. She threatens to expose the whole hidden operation. The insider pushes back. Warnings, intimidation, silence. Anna holds fast. She will not relent. Brennan, meanwhile, watches Josslyn from the shadows. He sees her emotional conflict, knows she's vulnerable. He plots contingencies. He whispers on a secure line, "She's soft right now. Use it carefully." He contemplates whether to protect her or control her. Back in Port Charles, Drew sits with Willow in hushed grief. They try to repair a bridge. He's furious, hurt, unsure what she intended or what she withheld. He questions motives. She answers with remorse and broken fragments. They argue, cry, circle each other physically and emotionally. The tension is raw. Carly, pushing on internal leads, learns of a covert WSB mission in Port Charles tied to Josslyn's name. She senses she's dangerously close. She arranges a meeting with someone in law enforcement, an ally. She offers information in exchange for protection. She's juggling multiple hands, multiple gambits, desperate not to get blindsided. Josslyn finds herself in a dilemma. Either she accepts the assignment and deceives Willow, or she refuses Brennan. But refusal has consequences in WSB. She debates her options, moment by moment. She walks the halls, eyes scanning, ears straining, heartbeat pounding. She thinks, can I draw a line here? Can I refuse? Will Brennan understand? Or will refusing be a death sentence in espionage terms? Willow, meanwhile, recovers, physically and emotionally. She tries to process, to forgive, to build some peace, but each breath brings fresh anguish. She tries to lean on family, on friends. She reaches to call someone but hesitates. She's lost in memories, in what-ifs. Anna's pursuit escalates. She confronts a key WSB file custodian. She demands passwords, backup drives. The custodian resists, citing protocol, exposure, secrecy. Anna slams her hand on the desk. She shows her badge, her authority, her resolve. She demands answers. One file gets uploaded to her phone, a redacted assignment list. WSB missions. One has codename Phoenix, attached to Josslyn. She gasps. Carly hears of the file leak. She flashes, recognizes names, suspects Josslyn is more enmeshed than she realized. She steps deeper into the web, overriding caution. Elsewhere, Josslyn faces Brennan again. He outlines next steps, says she must go undercover in Port Charles and pretend allegiance to someone who's actually a threat. She asks, "Am I betraying Willow?" He says she's protecting the bigger picture, that sacrifices are necessary. She nods, tears in her eyes. She takes the dossier. She knows this moment commits her, possibly irrevocably. Willow, alone in a hospital corridor, stares at the door through which Josslyn left. She whispers to empty air, "Why is everything so tangled?" She resolves she'll fight. She won't be passive in this story. The camera lingers on Josslyn's face, fierce yet vulnerable. On Willow's silhouette in the corridor, small and determined. On Anna's phone with Phoenix Josslyn Jack's heading. On Carly pacing, calculating. And on Brennan's hand, opening a secure WSB vault. In these final beats, the silent question echoes. Who will crack first? Will Willow's confession burn bridges? Will Josslyn's mission betray hearts? Will Anna's probe rip open spy secrets? Will Carly bluff too boldly? In Port Charles, loyalties shift like shadows, and tonight, the cost of trust may be the steepest hill any of them climb. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel for all of your updates.